Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with a new episode of the Mr. Informal podcast. Again, I go by the name of Mr. Informal. So we are on podcast 141. 141, could you believe that? I could. I guess it's more of a vision than just a living life of today. So what kind of topics do we have for the podcast 141? But first, please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal, and then check out my website, MrInformal.com. So 4 topics for the Mr. Informal podcast. The Levi's red label. Seems like they're bringing it back on certain market. Number 2, is 2021 the year of collaboration? Or could it be a continuous collaboration? Whatever it may be, seems like 2021 may be full of collaboration. Number 3, social media stock. I'm sure you've heard it in the news, or if not, ever since they banned Donald Trump, social media stocks went down, lost $1 billion. Number 4, in the fashion industry, is live stream the next big thing? I don't know, but it does make a case. So those are the 4 topics for the Mr. Informal podcast 141. I hope you are being safe today. I hope you are healthy. And certainly this pandemic is not yet over, so we got to keep on fighting, as much as I hate it. But we just got to do what we got to do in terms of ourselves. And so let's go ahead and start the podcast. So from hypebeast.com, Levi's Japan revised premium red collection for spring and summer 2021. So Levi's operates a vast array of labels and sub-labels, from LVC to Made and Crafted, which is actually a made in USA. A host of defunct imprints, one of California's base brands, more niche operations. Levi's Red, which is basically your red label, the one you see in the back, is finally returning from a 7-year dormancy as Levi's Japan unexpectedly launches the line spring and summer 2021, modeled by famous Japanese pop band Perfume. Introduced in 1999, Levi's Red, not to be confused with the Levi's Red Tab jeans, though it is a nod to that tiny rear pocket flag, was conceived as a premium lineup that pushed the company's stylistic boundaries. The original designs, for instance, featured twisted jacket, so and so. You all get the point. So, I have a big problem with this, okay? Because I'm not talking about the red tab that you see, the Levi's red tab that you see in the back or in the front, especially if you have a jean jacket or trucker jacket, but just the general concept of the premium line for Levi's. I do not understand why Japan always seems to have the good and the better Levi's clothes. Why is it that the USA is always stuck with the sterile, usual, normal Levi's design? Why? I mean, I don't know what it is about Levi's. Do they not know that people like being stylish? Now, the Made in Crafted is more of quality based, not design based. LVC, I guess you can say the same thing. It's more quality based than design based. And not only that, the Japanese designers are just better designers overall when it comes to creating something of the Levi's denim. And for some reason, I don't know why Levi's don't bring these to the US. Are they? I mean, I guess they don't wanna show their designers that they suck compared to their Japanese counterpart. But at the same time, that red tab jeans, it's not what it used to be. Meaning, the quality that is being made, it could be China, Vietnam, Bangladesh, India, Malaysia, is not a representative of what the Levi's red tab used to be. Now, I don't mean to confuse you. When I say red tab, it's just the normal Levi's. Could be the 501s, that you normally see in the back with that red tab. And now I'm not talking about the Levi's red premium. I'm just talking about in the general concept of things. Japan seems to always have the best Levi's stuff, and yet we're stuck here in the US of A, not getting the good stuff. Levi's act like we don't want it. It's the same thing with the North Face and the Purple Label in Japan. The Purple Label is just better designs than your usual North Face. That's it. But again, the biggest problem of it is that the overseas Levi's seems to be getting better stuff than we do. We're stuck here with the bad quality, bad design, the usual, the sterile, blah 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 blah. And yet Levi's don't want to bring it. They're still not listening. And no wonder people are just buying up other brands instead of the Levi's. Again, Levi's not what it used to be. Yeah, in overseas, Levi's may be a big brand, but here in the USA, Levi's is an afterthought. So on to topic number 2. Collaboration in the year 2021. Is this the year that's going to be full of collaboration everywhere you go? There wasn't enough collaboration in the year 2020 due to the China virus. But is 2021 going to be the year? I'm not sure, but it's already starting out with a bang. Gucci have collaborated with the North Face. Gucci also collaborated with Doraemon. Everybody's collaborating these days, making a Chinese Lunar New Year collaboration. Supreme is going to make a collaboration. That's the usual. Nike is going to make a collaboration with Sacai. It's not even February, it's not even March, and yet everywhere you go, there's always seems to be collaboration in the fashion industry. What could this be? What could this mean? Honestly, I don't really know. I guess everybody wants to collaborate with everybody. I guess it's the hype thing to do. Instead of having to rely on your designers to make great items, instead you're relying on a third party or another brand to hype things up. As you know, Louis Vuitton is collaborating with other brands. They've been doing that for a long time. They only do it sometimes. They do it every year. But the high-end brands are getting into collaboration everywhere. It's absolutely ridiculous. Last year, I know Dior collaborated with Cause, who's the artist. But is this the year of the collaboration? Are we going to see shoes? Are we going to see accessories, bags, clothing? Certainly clothing is a big one. Leather items, are we going to see all of that? Of course. Right now, since we're still in January or the early quarter 1 of the year 2020, it's not telling us, or even it's not telling me that this will be the year of collaboration. But then again, I was surprised at the amount of collaboration that happened in 2021. That's probably been in the works before 2020. They probably started working on 2019 and then brought out the item on the year 2021. But this thing is, with collaboration, it brings you marketing. Not only that, you got two brands marketing the same item, and you got people liking it, hyping it, talking about it. It's it's absolutely, from a marketing standpoint, it's absolutely great. Who would have thought that the North Face would collaborate with Gucci? I really need to know, did the North Face bring their technical expertise to the items that they are selling, and Gucci just brought out the print, the design aspect of it, I don't know, but it's quite interesting, and certainly we'll see more of it. I mean, it's not just this brand, but other brands too. It's going to be interesting. But the year 2021 is starting off well in terms of collaboration, and I won't be surprised if there's going to be more and more and more. But I think what's going to happen is that maybe in a few years people are going to be tired of collaboration, and maybe not. I mean, if you got two brands, great brands working together, I don't see what's wrong with that. Certainly there's a big hype around it, but I mean, it is what it is. If people like it, people will like it. So, third topic from Barron's.com. Social media stocks are falling. There's more scrutiny after the U.S. Capitol attack. So, let's see. So, this from the Barron's.com, apparently. And so, after months, years of pressure, Twitter on Friday finally suspended President Trump's account and removed all of his previous tweets, citing concerns that he was inciting violence. Facebook has suspended him from posting at least through the end of his term. Meanwhile, Amazon Web Services on Sunday night suspended its relationship as web host with the right-wing chat server Parler, knocking it off the internet. Both Alphabet's Google and Apple have already removed the Parler app from the app stores. Visit Parler.com now, you'll decide can you reach. So that's the backstory of it. And so not only that, the stocks went down. And these social media lost billions and billions of dollars. And so on Monday afternoon trading, Twitter closed down 6.4% to 48.1, bouncing back from the earlier drop 10%. So Twitter dropped 10%, Facebook fell 4%, Alphabet down 2.2%, and then Amazon stock dropped 2.2%. That's a lot. That is certainly a lot. I'm just gonna talk about the stocks here. You know, I'm not gonna get into the political side of things because that could be a separate podcast alone. So just in terms of stock, well, it lets you know that, well, people can certainly make an effect into what can happen to a company when a company does something that is their right, but that could also be seen as unjust. Not only that, I think later that week, they brought back President Trump's account because they were losing money. That was kind of odd. So you can certainly see that these social media companies certainly wants the money, and all they care about is the money. They don't really care about you. They don't care about your social justice as much as I would love for them to actually back it and do something about it. But you know they're not. They're just trying to go along with a trend. You know, they're ass kissers, I guess you can say. And then and behind the scenes, they're not really doing it. They're stabbing you in the back. And so, I mean, we don't really know. So in the article, one of the paragraphs, he says that we expect much of activity to focus on Section 230, though this misses the point. In contention, he writes, referring to provision of federal law that protects online businesses from being sued over content posted by users, but he knows that changing the liability laws doesn't solve the issue of what content is and isn't permitted. It's time that Facebook has been vocal about seeking regulatory guidance here, going so far as to set up their own oversight board in absence of formal regulations. But that is not happening because when people started to leave the social media during the President Trump ban, their activity went down, and so obviously their stock went down, and billions of dollars have been lost during these process, and that is the thing that is, you know what's surprising about this is that one person, President Trump, can actually do this because he has so many followers, believers, and one person can just do this just like that. He has so much influence. You can hate him or not, but there's no denying that he has a lot of people loving him. The American people, I guess you can say. When he won, more than half of the people voted him. I mean, for 4 years, right? And so, one person can certainly make these social media lose billions and billions of dollars. So, last topic is from retailerdive.com. Retail marketers invest in live streams to establish shopping's next normal. The ready availability of the tech to produce live shows and accept online orders gives brands a way to lift sales whilst fostering direct relationship with its customers. Isn't that what QVC Home Shopping Network been doing? I mean, they don't have a live chat room, but they do take phone calls. But whatever. So millions of Americans watch live videos or shop in their smartphones every day, and more frequently over the past year. They're doing both simultaneously. Wow, I cannot pronounce that right now. As marketers experiment with shoppable live streams, the ready availability of technology to produce a live show and accept online orders give marketers a way to set up their own interactive shopping channel for a low cost. Ulta Beauty, Walmart, and Klein, and Samsung are a handful of brands that have produced a shoppable live stream as part of their efforts to drive e-commerce sales, with many consumers avoiding stores during the coronavirus. Live stream programming is a way to reach homebound shoppers on their mobile devices. The experience and engagement mostly happen on mobile. CEO, he estimates 60% of live stream shopping transactions occur on smartphones and tablets. Live stream shopping sales were forecast to double worldwide last year from $60 billion in 2019, according to Coresight research data cited by Bloomberg News. So, I mean, again, this reminds me of QVC in your Home Shopping Network. I'm guessing that this time it's probably gonna have some live chat stream. It's gonna be a lot of answering the consumer's question, and you know what? I actually think this might work. I actually think this is gonna produce millions and millions of dollars. Not only that, another thing is that they can bring on an influencer on this so-called live stream and actually have more people watch it. And again, this reminds me of QVC and Home Shopping Network. I don't mean to compare, but certainly it does. Certainly is similar or the same. And this is going to make brands millions and millions of dollars, and certainly they're going to have to find people that can present well, that can show the product well, showcase all of that stuff. And as long as people have phones, computers, tablets, whatever you want to call mobile devices, people are gonna watch. I mean, imagine Michael Jordan presenting the Air Jordan 11 Concord in a Nike live stream and say, "This is available now," and then boom, 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 boom. Sold out, or millions of people are gonna buy it. I mean, what can you say? I know that Nordstrom has videos on their items. It's not live stream, but at least you get to see the item in a video instead of just pictures, because pictures doesn't really tell the whole story. And with Walmart being here, certainly it's gonna have a lot of backing. And don't be surprised if I won't be surprised, but don't you be surprised if this becomes more popular. And so that basically concludes this Mr. Informal Podcast 141. I hope you listened to me from beginning to end, and I hope I gave you some insights, and hopefully you learned something today. And again, this is Mr. Informal giving you the podcast 141, and please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MISTERINFORMAL, and then check out my website, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. And so I will see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.